everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea. Today I have my second update for the 12 oldies and 12 favorite project pans. These were created by Denise from Just Some Makeup Pans over on Instagram. Year-long projects, very self-explanatory. I am going to be working on 6 products at a time for each project just so I don't overwhelm myself. And it's very exciting because we have some products rolling out for both projects today. So as usual, I'm going to start with my oldies and then do my favorites. My first item is actually 2 products combined. It is my C Booth 4-in-1 Multi-Action Lemon Sugar Body Lotion, and I mixed in my Julep Highlighting Powder and Champagne because that thing was ginormous. There was no way I was ever going to get it all finished up using it on my face, so it's in here. This is like one of the, these are old marks. I'm not really marking it. I'm actually weighing this one. This is like one of the only items that I am weighing. So last month it was at 443 grams and I had used it a total of 10 times since the start of this project. This past month I used it 11 more times and it is down to 400 grams. So I've used 43 grams of this product in the last month. Part of the reason, even though I've used it 11 times, part of the reason it didn't go down quite as much is because there were several times when I would just like pump a little bit onto my hand to use as like some hand lotion if I was upstairs and my hands were feeling particularly dry, and I didn't use a ton, but I still counted that as a use. So this is still going to be in for quite a while, but it's hard to see, especially since I'm not marking it, but I'm actually down to about here. So that's what, maybe a quarter of this bottle left. It will be done sometime this year. I just don't know when. It's not quite moisturizing enough for wintertime, so that's why I haven't been using it as much. I think once it comes to summertime, I will use it more. One, because it's a thinner formula. It's not as moisturizing, but I don't need as much moisture in the summer, but also because of the highlighting powder in here, there is like some shimmer particles in it, so I'll look nice and shimmery and glowy for summertime if I use this. Next is my Becca highlighter and champagne pop that I had repressed into this old Milani compact. Last month I said I was going to repress this highlighter and I didn't. Oh my gosh. It's all like, I have to. It's all loose and flaking everywhere. But I am wearing this on top of the highlighter that's in the favorites portion today, but there's really not that much left. I really just need to, 1, repress it because it's just like flaking off in chunks, but 2, use it because I've only used this 3 times in the past month. And that's 6 times total for the beginning of the project. Like, I need to step it up with this a little bit. Coming to my first empty, this is my Ulta Beauty Wannabe Active Makeup Setting Spray. I was using this as a base setting spray, like before I did primer and stuff, because I don't like it. It's old enough where the SPF in it is not going to be effective if I used it as like an SPF type setting spray, and as an actual setting spray it's not good. So this is done. I used this 18 more times and I used it a total, sorry, I have to do math, so it takes me a second. 18 plus 25 is 43. It took me 43 uses to get this done. I probably actually could have gotten a couple more uses out of it, but like there was so little in here that the spray wasn't working anymore, so I dumped some out on my beauty sponge and then there wasn't enough, so I just like dumped all the rest out and there was too much, but it's gone. So I didn't overuse it except for like that last use because there's still more left in here than I thought there was, but whatever, it's gone. I'm glad it's gone. So that means something else will be rolling in its place, which I'll go through the rest of my oldies and then I'll roll in my new item. Then next we have my Colourpop No Filter Sticks in the shade Light 55C. I've had this, when did they come out with these, and I've had it since they came out with it, and there it is. I've used it 11 more times this month. Like, I'm trying to alternate between this and the CoverGirl foundation in my 50 Shades of Purple, which I'm actually not wearing this today, but that's fine. So I've used it 11 more times for a total of 17 times, and here, this is the foundation stick. You can see the green is how much I've used in the past month. Still got quite a ways to go on this one. We'll see how far into the year I can actually wear it, because this is a fine shade for me right now, but in the summertime it's not going to be dark enough. But if I'm like really close to finishing it by that point, I might just like say screw it and just put bronzer everywhere to deepen my foundation up a little bit. I don't know. I just really want to get this out. I've had it for so long. It just needs to go bye-bye. And then the last item that I have rolled into my oldies as of right now is my Bath & Body Works Twilight Woods Body Mist. I've used it 14 more times for a total of 28 times, and I cannot make another mark. Well, like I could, but it would be right underneath here. I'm really trying to use this more. I do try, when I remember, which obviously isn't every night because I don't have a month's worth of use on this, I do try to spritz this on at night before I go to bed, just so like I smell nice as I'm going to sleep. I haven't been putting it on during the day really, because I'm working on other perfumes that I want to wear during the day, since I'm like trying to wear this at night. But I'm gonna need to do something, because this is not going to be done this year if I keep getting that amount of use on it. I'm not a person. One, I don't really like to layer my perfumes because I like to smell the one perfume that I put on. I don't want to like have competing scents. And two, I don't really reapply stuff like perfumes. Like, obviously with regular perfumes, they're a little bit stronger. You don't really need to. But even when I put this on, I probably should at least try to reapply it, but I just don't. So that's why it moves so slowly. And I just don't like competing scents. That's really why it takes me such a long time to get through perfumes. And as Deb said in her, what was it? Was it Child of the 80s, Deb? I don't remember. One of your more recent updates. I'm not an aggressive squirter. I'm just, with setting sprays, yes, all day long. With these, 2 spritzes and like that's it. So I don't even know if that will get done this year, but I'm using it. You know, that's all I can say. I'm using it. So now for the item that I'm rolling in. This was a small indie nail polish brand called Indigo Bananas. And these are very, very old. I would say that this cuticle balm is probably like 10 years old. It still smells fine. So it hasn't gone bad or anything. It's just I haven't used it. I've been trying to use it more since I finished up my cuticle oil that was in this project last year. So this is in the scent Strawberry Mint. I don't know if you can see. I'm probably more than halfway done with it. And I use this almost every time I do my nails, and I'm very close to hitting the bottom, but I haven't done so yet. My goal is going to be to finish this. So again, this is like probably an almost full year item for me, but I want to get it out of my collection because I have 2 more of these that I haven't even touched yet. So that was it for the oldies portion. So I finished one item. I'm rolling one in. I'm steadily moving along on the other items in there. So now for my favorites. Oh my goodness. So the first item in my favorites is another perfume, or another fragrance, I should say. This is my Pacifica Tuscan Blood Orange perfume. And this is where I'm at this month. I've used it 4 more times, so I've used it a total of 9 times. And I feel like that's a pretty decent amount of use for only 9 uses. So I think if I really focus on this the next like 2 or 3 months, I can have this finished fairly quickly for me anyway. But I just love it. I think the scent notes say it's like got the blood orange, but there's also some raspberry in there. It's not a super like tart orangey citrus scent. It's a very like deep, rich, fruity orangey citrus scent. Oh, it's so good. This is one of my favorite, obviously, one of my favorite perfumes. I love it so much. And if I ever work through any of my other perfumes, I would definitely repurchase this because it just smells so good. Next, I have my Becca Backlight priming filter. I've used this 11 more times for a total of 26, and I'm down to here. This will obviously still take me several more months of use, but I'm not worried about finishing this up in the least. I can usually go through about 2 or 3 primers a year, so I'm not... This will be done. I do really like it. It's so nice and glowy, but at the same time, even though technically the Auric Glow Lust isn't a primer, I get very much the same effect from both of them. So once this is gone, even though the Glow Lust is a little more, well, I wouldn't even say super expensive, because this, you know, when it was still being sold, retailed for $39, and I think the Glow Lust is $45, I want to say. So it's not even that much more expensive, and I feel like this has 1 fluid ounce, and the Glow Lust has, I think it's like 1.3. It's got more than an ounce in it. And I don't know, I feel like that one is moving much more slowly, which I'm okay with. So I'm not like, even though I love this primer, I'm not like super sad that I can't actually get it anymore, because I've got at least one other product that performs very similarly. But I still love it. I'm still glad that I'm using it, especially because this one is kind of old as well. But next, I have my 2 Colourpop Super Shock Cheek products. The first one is my blush in Drop of a Hat, which is the blush that I am wearing today, and it is just so stinking pretty. I love it so much. I've only worn it 2 more times though, so a total of 6 times. This is a couple years old, but the formula still feels really nice and creamy. It hasn't started drying out. I feel like with their cheek products, the matte ones dry out super fast, but the ones that have like, this is a pearlized one, the formula on these seems to stay good for longer, which again, I'm not mad about, because I have quite a few Super Shock cheeks that I just don't use, so they're still good, which is good. And then the next is the highlighter in Guilty Pleasure. I've used this 3 more times for a total of 7. It's hard to see that I have it on today because I have Champagne Pop on over it, but I am wearing this today as well, and they're just lovely. I'm so happy to be working on them. And now that my Maybelline blush stick is gone, part of the reason I don't have as many uses on this is because this is, you know, more of a cream to powder type product, as opposed to like when I would do a liquid blush and I put powder on top of it, but you do the cream blush stick and then you put like another cream on top. I don't like doing that. So hopefully I will be getting more use on these 2 now, that, because I do like to wear them together since they are part of the same collection. They do kind of go together. So now that Maybelline blush stick is gone, I'm hoping that it will push me to reach for these a little bit more consistently. Then I have my Odin's Eye. This is the Alva Cream Lip Stain in Lady Camellias. I'm wearing it today for my 2nd time this month. So my goal on this is just 30 uses. I'm not trying to finish a cream. I'm not trying to finish a full-size like lip product. It's so pretty. What is going on with my... It's just such a pretty color. I know it doesn't really like go with my eyes. I did have something on earlier, but then I ate lunch and I'm like, I have to film this video, so I might as well get another use out of this. But they're just, I don't know why I'm showing you the doe foot, because you can see the color on my lips, but I really, really enjoy this formula. I haven't tried, this is like the cream lip stain. They have a matte lip stain. I haven't tried that one, but I do really like this lip product. So I've still got 24 more uses to go on that. And again, now that my Smashbox mini lipstick is done, I'm hoping to get a little more use out of some of my other lip products and projects, because that one, I felt like if I wore that, I don't, because, oh my gosh, verbal diarrhea, that's what I have. I felt like I was kind of limited in what I could pair that one with, because it was like a regular cream lipstick, so if I put something that was also creamy on top of it, it was just, it got everywhere, and I already have enough problems with lipstick on my teeth. I really do. I don't need to be adding to that. And then the last item that is in this portion of the project is my Safari Rain palette from Colored Rain. I was working on the shade Lioness, which is the gold. I used it 4 more times for a total of 8 times in this project, and I hope you can all see that beautiful pan right there. It's like one of my favorite gold shadows ever. Probably my favorite gold shadow ever. And I'm very happy to have pan on it. Like I said, I do have a backup as a single, so I'm not worried about having pan in it. But as I said I think I said it in my intro, but I'm going to keep this palette in this project and just work on one shade at a time. So the individual shades are counting as my items, not the palette as a whole, because otherwise that's going to end up being too many products in this project. I may be shooting myself in the foot here. But, so I am already working on this shade for Panner's Pan for Lisa. I've got a similar shade to this. I don't really want to work on that. I have a similar shades to this. And I have similar shades to all of the metallics in here. So really, that leaves me with this. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to hit pan in a matte. But I'm gonna try, doggone it. I mean, obviously, just because I'm working on that shade doesn't mean I can't also use other shadows in this palette, but I'm not panning any matte shadow even remotely close to this color, and this will also pair well with the shadow that's in my project Level Up, and it will pair very well with like some of the more goldy shades that I'm working on in various projects. So like I said, I may be shooting myself in the foot here, but I'm swatched kind of badly. I don't know. I think my finger was just dirty, but let's see if I can. That looks kind of. So I don't know if I'm shooting myself in the foot here or what, but I think it's just, this shade is like just pigmented, and that's the same shadow swatched twice. It's really like staining on my fingers. So I am going to attempt to hit pan on this kind of like baby poop green shade. Not the most like visually appealing shade ever, but it's gonna be a good transition shade for my green and like gold eyeshadows that I've got going on in projects. So that is it for this update. I'm very, very happy to have a pan in this palette to show that I do actually love it. You know, it's got some use on it. And like I said, for the most part, I've got good progress. I've got good consistent progress on the foundation, the primer, the lotion, and even though I don't have a ton of use on the body spray, I am using it quite a bit. But I don't think I'm going to have anything rolling out for next month. Well, I mean, I know I'm not going to have anything rolling out for next month, but that's okay. So, you know, you can't have super great, huge loads of progress every update. Sometimes you gotta just take the small incremental stuff. But I am happy to have finally been able to roll in some products. Like I said, if things are slowing down a lot, I may roll new things in even without having finished something, because otherwise I'm not going to get to all 12 items for both projects this year, but this is still only the second update. I'm not too worried about it at this point, so we'll just see what happens. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're staying safe and sane and healthy, and I don't know why my necklace won't stay straight, but it won't. And I hope you are having a great day or night wherever you are. And I think I said staying safe and sane, saying, oh my gosh, staying safe and sane and healthy. But if I said it once, I'll say it twice because I really hope that you are. And I will talk to you again in the next one. Bye.